All right, everyone, the last topic that I want to cover in this data modeling section of the course is how to create custom hierarchies. So hierarchies are groups of columns that reflect multiple levels of granularity. So for example, a geography hierarchy might include fields like country, state, and city. A date hierarchy might contain fields like year, quarter, month, week, and date. But the value of hierarchies is that they are treated by Power BI as a single item in tables and reports, and it unlocks some really cool functionality that allows users to drill up or drill down to different levels within the hierarchy. So instead of pulling in 3 or 5 individual fields, you can pull in that one object and accomplish the same result. So creating hierarchies in Power BI is pretty straightforward. You can do this anywhere that you see the data pane, and all you're going to do is right-click a field and select Create Hierarchy. So in the example shown here, and the one that I'm about to show you, we've selected the continent field. So this creates a new hierarchy containing the continent field. And then from there, it's as simple as right-clicking additional fields, like country or region, and selecting Add to Hierarchy to select the one that we just created. So very quick, very straightforward. Let's jump into Power BI and practice building one ourselves. All right, so here we are. I've got my AdventureWorks report open. And like I said, you can create hierarchies anywhere that you see the data pane, which is right here in the model view, also in the data view, and it exists in the report view as well. So feel free to head to any of these panes, any of these tabs, and follow along. So what we're going to do here is, just like we showed in the example, we're going to create a hierarchy using our territory fields, specifically continent, country, and region. So what I like to do is start with the highest level and then add lower level fields. So I'm going to right click the highest level territory field that we have, which is continent. I'm going to choose Create Hierarchy. That's going to add a new object under my table here. I can double click and rename it, in this case, Territory Hierarchy. And if we expand that, you'll see that it just contains that one field that I started with, continent. And from here, I have two ways that I can add fields to this hierarchy. I can either right click, like country, choose Add to Hierarchy, and select the one that I just created. That's going to go ahead and add it to my list. Or even simpler, I can click and drag to drop it into the hierarchy as well. And note that when I do this, I create additional instances of these fields. So I can still access the individual fields, or I can access the hierarchy as a whole. So creating it is as simple as that. Now let me show you what this looks like inside of something like a matrix visual. So let's go ahead and edit this matrix we've been working with. We're going to remove product key, and let's add that new territory hierarchy that we just created, like so. And you can see it defaults to viewing just the highest level, so continent level. But one thing that's really cool is that we can use these drill up and drill down buttons here in the visual header to drill down to the next level, in this case country, now down to region. We can drill back up as well. Or we can use these handles on the left or the expand button to kind of break it down into a nested view like this. So here we're seeing the continent level data, the country level data, and the region level data all inside of the same view, much like a pivot table in Excel. So there you go. Let's go ahead and drill back up. Really add some nice user-friendly functionality to the visual, and it's much more flexible than pulling in those fields individually. Next up, we've got a quick assignment where you're going to practice creating a new hierarchy of your own, and then we're going to go ahead and wrap up this data modeling section.